All right, in this video, this is going to be fun because we get to create a calculator and we're going to abstract it or obfuscate it behind a Google Apps script, which is going to be really cool. One of the concepts that I try to share with you in Better Sheets, if you're trying to sell a sheet, is to try to create calculators that we use ourselves. But mainly, you might be using calculators yourself only, not even thinking about selling a sheet or giving this away to others. But I think actually this is useful for both cases. One, to clean up your sheets from messy sort of calculators where you have a form and have that information. But also if you ever want to sell your calculators or calculations, I think custom functions are a really fun way to do it. I think it's a really neat thing to do because it makes essentially, just like you have formulas like sum and average, you can create your own formula that's custom to exactly what you need. But let's do this with our CPM, right? CPM is a very common thing we do in marketing, in a lot of places. Creators need to figure out their own CPM if they are running ads. If they're going to try to create a rate for themselves, they want to know what their own CPM is. CPMs is cost per melee. That's going to have a cost like $500, and it's going to have some kind of like opens or page views, and we're going to have like, let's say 45,000. So our CPM is going to be equals 500 divided by this divided by 1,000. We take the cost divided by the page views divided by 1,000. So this is pretty typical, right? You create a form sort of view. You have three rows or columns. Sometimes you'll do something like this: cost, page views, and your CPM. And we'll do this. We have to move this over here, but the reference messes up. So we do equals cost per divided by 45,000 divided by 1,000. There we go. So maybe it looks something like this, right? Where you have different columns. This takes up a lot of space. When in reality, if we knew, okay, we know this calculation, we could do this in Google Apps Script. Let's do that, right? And we can put this down to exactly sort of just one word, right? We can say equals get CPM, and we can enter cost, whatever that might be, which would be like B2, comma, and then the page views, C2. And wouldn't that be cool, right? But we don't have a function yet. Let's make one. Let's go to extensions, app script. Our custom function is going to be named get CPM. We can actually just say CPM. We can do CPM, all caps. Now we need cost, comma, views. Let's say we're just going to do page views. All right, now we're going to return the cost divided by views divided by 1,000. So now, remember, we put in the text. We just tried to do this quickly, and we did get CPM. But in our function, it's called CPM. So let's go and edit this CPM. It's going to load. There we go, $11.11. So we got the answer without having to show the calculation. We only have the calculation here in our code. Now a few caveats, right? What might happen is you might forget this calculation. You might forget, how does this work? We sometimes want to keep a formula within a cell so we can easily reference it and see if it's correct, right? But CPM is a fairly common calculation. This is really good to obfuscate, to abstract away the math, and be able to check it if you do know how to get to extensions, app script. But there's one other thing that we want to clean up. And I think Google Sheets and Google Script makes a really cool thing here possible. So let's say we have another, $1,000 for 80,000 page views. Now we know there's a function here, but we forget. Let's say we forgot the name CPM, the three words. And maybe we didn't create that. But if we go equals C, you notice that normal functions, normal formulas show up here, but our CPM does not. But Google Script makes a really cool option for us to do over here in custom functions in the help screen. At first, it shows us just how to create these custom functions. But it also, if we scroll down a bit in their help section, it shows us that we can copy this text and it will allow us to autocomplete. So let's copy this just above this function. Now we just need to edit this text because let's look at exactly what I just put in here. Let's save it and see what happens. We go equals CP. Now it shows up, but it gives us the wrong information. It says multiplies the input value by 2. That's incorrect. What it does is actually, right here, gets cost per melee. Now we want to know, like, how do we use this, right? How do we, what inputs do we need? Because maybe we are not the people to use this, right? We want to know cost and views. So we can do something like cost view. We have return CPM, parameter cost views. Put the costs and views. And then we save this. Now let's go back. Go equal CP. Now we have exactly what we need. Now we know right here without going to our extension, right? App script. Without going here, we know what we need to do. Okay, cost and views. Oh, this is perfect, right? Cost is going to be B3, comma, C3 for page views. And now I don't have to reference this script. It is now told to me here and told to any other users. But what I really love is the potential of this, right? There are over 400 formulas. If you go equals all of these, there's over 400 of these. Most of them we don't use. I use Google Sheets a lot, and I don't use all of them, nearly all of them. I don't even use a majority of them. But what this allows us to do when we write custom functions is allows us to get a little more granular and very specific to our own needs. And also our company's needs, our employees' needs, our employers' needs. We can create custom functions here for our boss. This doesn't just have to be numbers, right? We can write messages. Function, let's say, get message. And we're going to just say, or get email. Let's actually make the message an email. Get email. Email accounting. We can return text. We can just say accounting, ACT, maybe it's difficult, ACTT at google.com. What happens when we write that function, right at this moment, we need to remember this text, right? We go here, we go, what's that email? If we go get, okay, I forgot what it is. What is it? Get email accounting. It'll load a little bit. There's our email address. But put this custom function above it. Get email for accounting. Parameters, we have nothing. Return, we might even just put that there. Just, it's fun. Let's make sure it saves. And now we go equals get email accounting. Get email for accounting. Bam, we got an email. This is cool. We can actually save functions here as just text, or text as functions here. We don't necessarily have to only do math. This is really cool. I find this fascinating and fun, and I hope you do too. If you liked that app script video, I think you're going to enjoy this app script video about how I made pretty much $75,000 from one line of Google script. I hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something new. Don't make any sheets. Make better sheets.